I went for the Fixer Upper Friends, and it was so unhealthy, but it was meeting this weird need that I had, this need to feel important. My mom struggled a lot emotionally, right? And so then I learned I got to take care of her.
Yeah.
And I learned to wrap my self-worth up in it. Then when I found Fixer Upper Friends, I could indulge in that addiction I had to making other people feel good because they're stressed out and they're freaking out, and I can come in and be like, "It's okay, I got you, and I can fix all these problems for you," right? And I get to be the hero and I get to feel good about myself.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's not sustainable and it leads to a lot of resentment, right? Because then instead of this bond with this friend growing, I start getting exhausted by other problems and they feel enabled to keep needing my help, right? Because they believe that they're powerless without me because I keep jumping in and rescuing them. So that's what I'm telling them, is that they're powerless without me. And it creates this really unhealthy dynamic where I'm just getting sucked dry because I keep wanting to get that high of them validating me that I'm so important to them and that I'm so helpful to them. Breaking that cycle is very difficult. But again, everything that we're talking about tonight is gonna be really helpful. And one of the ways that you break that cycle is you have to be okay to sit in your shame a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah, you do.
because you usually, when you have a lot of shame, that's when you get those unhealthy coping techniques. That's when you're addicted to things. It might be food, it might be
Mhm.
alcohol, it might be bad friendships, it might be your phone. So when you're addicted to these things, you have to be okay to sit in your pain. And that is just so awful. We don't like sitting in our pain.
Yeah.
But you have to realize that if you can start to sit in your pain and start to realize that you can work through your pain and have some good tools to work through it, then you don't need these addictive behaviors anymore. Then you can actually start to feel good about yourself, and you don't
Yeah.
need an unhealthy relationship to validate you. You can learn to like yourself, you can learn to feel good about yourself, and then actually have relationships that build you up instead of wear you down.